Hey guys, my name is Marintia,
My name is Amma.
and this is the Girls Who Cook podcast. Woo! Wow, we're
Welcome to episode 3, guys.
episode 3. Today's title is also crazy. Why we are not friends with them anymore. Also, a little bit of context. We're filming in Ghana, West Africa right now, and it's 12:30 midnight.
And I have work tomorrow
At what time?
at 8 a.m.
Wow. First of all, thank you to the production team, guys. I hope you're excited for our conversation. Today's episode, the title, Why We Are Not Friends With Them Anymore. With being away from social media for 2 years, we're going to talk about changes we've gone through,
Yes.
particularly changes in relationships and friendships in the past 2 years.
That is
Amma.
correct. Yes, we're going to be talking about our time away from social media. I think that you've been on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been kind of completely off
Yeah.
of all of my social media. We'll talk about mental health, self-isolating, because that's something that we share in common. We definitely self-isolate a lot.
For
We'll
sure.
talk about really interesting topics like friendship breakups.
Yes. So today's main topic is friendship breakups, but the reason we're also going to talk about the mental health stuff is the first episode was the first time we both posted on Instagram.
Yes.
We got a lot of questions about why we were away. Did that help with mental health? Was that because of mental health stuff? So that's what we're going to get into, right?
Yep.
Our production crew. Today we want to involve you guys so that you guys don't fall asleep on us. Have you guys been through any friendship breakups? Especially because we're two female co-hosts. Have you guys gone through any friendship breakups? You think so? Okay, so do boys also go through friendship breakups? Tell me, what happened in your situation? It was because of a girl. Interesting. Oh, you took his girl.
No, he connected his friend to the girl. Like, he introduced them. And then later still went for the girl. No, Becca.
Oh, not you. Oh, okay, let's tell that story properly. Do you want to tell?
Yeah, no, so he's saying that he introduced his friend to a young lady, and the young lady basically just stole his heart, his mind, his eyes, and everything, and just his friend just dropped him as a friend. Basically,
Oh, he took your
dumped
boy
him as a
from
friend.
you.
Yeah,
Were you
she
sad?
basically took his homeboy from him.
Oh, you weren't sad. You were disappointed.
Cute.
That's even sadder.
Cute,
Aw.
but like, do you? So did you cry? No, but did you guys cry?
Oh, he said you didn't care.
You didn't care.
Okay, I'm actually curious for the guys. Do friendship breakups hurt more than relationship breakups for you guys? Or which one hurts more? Yes. Okay, so our crew member said yes, friendship breakups hurt a little bit more, especially in such a scenario. What about you, Amma? Which breakup would you say hurts you a little bit more?
Oh, I think I go pretty crazy about both.
Really?
All
You
the
go
times
crazy,
they
eh?
happen. Yeah.
Oh wow,
really
we'll get
bad.
into that
What about
and
you?
more. I think friendship breakups hurt more for me at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get into the
You don't be
specific.
caring about these niggas. For real, for real. Anyways,
Moving on.
5 words to describe the
5
last 2 years of your life. Go for it. Painful for me. A simulation. 2 words, but simulation, because not real life, can be. Dedicated. Oh my god. 2.0. An evolution. Evolutionary. And revolutionary.
Your words are hitting, you know. Your words are hitting,
Even
especially
me. Damn.
especially because I know what happened to you in the past 2 years. To people who are watching this podcast for the first time, Amma and I are YouTubers in Ghana, and 2 years ago we took a break from social media. Amma
did.
is a lawyer currently, and a lot
Yeah.
of crazy stuff like her not getting called to the bar. We're gonna get into that throughout season 1, but if you have a little bit of context about her, the words hit a little bit more. Can you
Yeah.
repeat the words again?
As if I remember them.
Simulation,
A simulation,
Painful,
painful,
dedicated.
dedicated, evolutionary, and revolutionary.
Wow. Do you want to pick apart any of these and give them a little bit more detail?
Revolutionary just because I'm really heavily now into the African revolutionary struggle. I'm Pan-Africanist, I'm Nkrumahist, so I'm very much into that. If I wanted to take, for instance, evolutionary, honestly, I don't know that I'm the same person as I was 2 years ago.
100%.
Yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of evolving on my part, like internally, intellectually, professionally, for sure. And I can't wait for those episodes where we talk about professional growth and development. I'm so into that right now. But anyways,
I
what
love
about
it.
you? I want to hear your top
So,
five.
I mean, also, you just mentioned a little bit about your changes in the past 2 years with Pan Africanism, right? I noticed just being your friend, that definitely was a big change in the past 2 years. The 5 words that describe the last 2 years of my life, I would say new experiences, new country, new friends, self battling,
Real.
lone wolf. I love
Very
how I gave you
real.
5 words, but each five was a pair, so that was 10. Sorry, I have to always do a little bit
No,
more.
I mean, very equal.
Thank you. But yeah, I would say those words because, like I just said, I lived in a new country, aka Japan, for the past
So
2
sorry.
years.
Background. Marentia's other name is Eiko, so that's what I meant.
Yes, my name is Marintia Aiko,
Yeah.
and I lived in Japan for the past 2 years of my life. So new country. When I first got there, I didn't know anyone there. My mom, who's the Japanese part of the family, wasn't even in Japan. So new friends,
New friends.
new experiences working on music, which is something I've never done before. I'm someone that was never creative in general, like growing up. So a lot of these experiences are not just new in like recent years, like new to me as a human being.
I see.
You know, because I was always the athlete girly, not the creative podcast girly. I'm even
Wait, so were
surprised.
you like, did you have friends in the athletes group, like in the sports group? Do you have other athlete friends who you were close friends with?
All my friends were athlete friends. So
Okay.
all my friends were, well, all my sports friends were athlete friends. All my
Okay, they could
like
be
all my
sports and
friends
not
from
athletes.
my sport teams were obviously athlete friends because I was
Yeah.
friends with my teammates.
Obviously. Yeah,
Sorry, I don't
okay,
know why I
okay.
had to just mention that.
No, that's
but yeah,
fine.
I mean, I feel like we've both learned so much from the past 2 years.
No,
And
absolutely.
I mean, I feel like you guys might want a whole dedicated episode to us talking about past 2 years. So if you guys would like to see that, please comment it down below if you're watching on YouTube. But the next question that you wrote down, very, very interesting question. Do you want to say it this time?
Oh, you say it.
Okay. Did you make or lose more friends or keep the same number? We're getting into today's topic, juicy.
Oh, I lost so many friends, like so many.
Lost more than gained?
Oh, did I? Oh yeah. I could say I gained, but like also then what's a friend? Because stop. I feel like I gained many acquaintances, who I really appreciate deeply. But like for me, friendship has always been a very personal thing for me. Let me say, like in general, of course I have friends. You know, guys, you're my friends. But I mean,
I hope by guys you're not addressing me. I don't like how you just added me to some massive group of people. I
oh
hope
my
you know
God,
I'm not part of
stop.
the
I'm trying to
masses.
say we're
Okay.
friends,
Okay.
but
Not me. Are you including me into these masses?
Oh
I'm
my
so
God,
confused.
leave
What's
me
happening
alone.
here?
Okay,
Yes.
okay. But the thing is, me, I've always been me and my friend as in one person. I tried for two people one time in my life. We'll talk about that. But me, I like having my best friend. I'm such a best
I
friend
hear you.
person. So, yeah.
I think you mentioned a good point. Since we're going to be talking about friendships, right? Let's define some terms. You said, what's a friend? What's an acquaintance? What do you consider a friend? And what do you consider an acquaintance? It gets a little bit tricky for our type of job where
Yes.
our friends are also our acquaintances.
Yeah,
So
and
go
our
off.
workmates as well. Okay, listen. I think, it's such a difficult question because then now when I meet people in real life, they're going to be like, oh, so am I a friend or an acquaintance?
The T.
The T.
The T.
If I had to describe a friend, I would just say, see, this is so unreal for me because they are my friends still, but even the things I'm about to describe will make them sound as if they're not my friends. Like, you know, people you confide in and things.
Okay,
But
let
it's
me
just that
help
I
you
don't
out.
confide in people in general. That's a me thing, not a because they're not my friend, you see?
It's so interesting that you say this because at the beginning of our friendship, we were talking about how Amma was so open and I was
Yeah.
the total opposite because Amma had mentioned months into our friendship that she noticed I had walls up. And I was like, totally, I think I'm a natural walls up person and you're a
Yeah.
natural, more open person, which I
Yeah.
learned a lot from. But also you have changed from the past few years, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but even
Okay.
when you said, see, that's the confusing thing. Like I talked about it the last time that for me, when people say I'm open, they usually say that because they think that I'm saying something that to them is private or to them is sensitive, which I don't see like that. So when I say I don't confide in people, I precisely mean I'm not telling them actual things, not the things I would tell you guys and you guys would
Right.
feel I'm so open about. But anyways, no, I'm talking about that so much more severe these past 2 years. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
girl. Oh, that edge is
The edges? Oh,
edging.
lovely.
I did that, guys.
She did that,
Zoom
guys.
in. Zoom in.
Okay, so to
Anyways,
help you out with the definitions of words, let me tell you
please.
what I consider friends and acquaintances.
Tell me.
Acquaintance, I would say, is someone in a school context. We're in the same class. We talk here and there, maybe if we're sitting next to each other, but we won't necessarily be on a phone call in the evenings or outside of a school context. We just see each other in our work or school context. I would consider that acquaintance. Friend to me will be someone that out of the context in which we're supposed to be meeting at, let's say we met at school, we continue to hang out outside of that and we get into more personal contextual situations like drinking together or
So you mean I've had no friends for the last 2 years?
no, I'm saying this is for me. This is my definition of
Babes, you don't hang out with your friends. Stop. You don't
do you
hang out
mean?
with your friends.
Me.
Or you mean maybe some concessions would be made if, for instance, maybe because of schedules or because of like personal attitudes or whatever, you're not able to, or personal characteristics, you're not able to meet up with your friends.
no, I
then
meet
you
up
guys
with my
will
friends
still.
all the time.
Do
mean in
you?
yes, all the time. I mean, in Japan, I'm pretty much with my friends all the damn time.
What do you guys do?
So, okay, this is going to enter a whole different conversation about me talking more about my life in Japan. But in Japan, I was heavily involved in nightlife and partying and making, like, by partying, I don't mean me partying, I mean hosting party events.
Yeah.
So, and I also do music, rapping. I should not say rapping. I also do music. So, just like meeting my friends in the music, industry. Let me tell you something though.
Tell
When
me.
it comes to friendships, I evolved a lot more as my occupation changed. I would say that I had a lot less friends before I had this type of no. I would say that I was a lot less social before I had this type of job
I see.
because with this type of job, socializing is also part of the job.
Yeah.
It's also there's a lot of like unsaid in between the line type of things of
feel
like
you.
if I
I
come to
feel
your
you.
events, you come to my event, so you kind of can't just not socialize.
Yeah.
You know, like even collabing or meeting up with other people. Even I want to talk about this YouTube context where friendships and acquaintances gets blurry, right? Very much. You kind of also want to try to have a friendship with people so that the on-camera chemistry is good.
Yes.
So I would say that a lot of people I collaborate with, I would consider them friends. Maybe not the first time we shoot, but then usually after second, third time, we end up becoming friends, I would say. But
So what kind of friend are we? What kind of friends are we?
I feel like we surpassed the acquaintances thing so
Okay.
far ago. I think we're friends. It would be crazy if episode 3 we came to the.
Rude.
It would be crazy if I said I think we're business partners.
No, but I think we are.
No, we are
partners.
business partners. But the thing
Yeah.
is that we are also friends.
Are we? Anyway, but no, you thought you were steering away from the conversation, but you're seeping right into
100%.
the next conversation.
But let me answer the question myself. Did I make or
Please.
lose more friends in the
Did
past?
you?
I think I gained more than I
Yeah.
lost. I only really lost, I would say, like. Anyways, membership only. Membership only. We'll get into that. Membership only.
I'm sorry. The tea is hot and it's sipping and it's piping hot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
okay.
god, no, but seriously, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Guys. Yo, but you didn't finish the sentence.
No, membership only. Membership
Okay,
only.
okay,
Anyways,
okay,
today's topic, like we said, is about friendship breakups. But we want to introduce the whole friendships conversation by talking about adult friendships and teenage friendships. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is number one, our audience is Gen Z millennial, so that age group. And we met when we we were both on the cusp of being teenagers, and now we're in early adulthood. Let's just summarize and see. I know. Let's just, yeah. Okay, we weren't teenagers,
like
guys.
21, 22.
No, okay, we weren't teenagers. Our friend group had teenagers.
Right. That was what happened.
Okay, let's say that. We have a friend group with teenagers and young adults. So I thought it'd be cool to talk about differences between young adult friendships and teenage friendships. What would you say are the differences, just off the cuff?
I feel like teenage friendships is pretty much no boundaries.
Oh, okay, explain.
Oh, so let's talk in the context of Ghana, for instance. I want to say I'll take for granted that maybe around the time you're a teenager, you're either finishing junior high school or just in senior high school. So let's just take a situation in which you're in a boarding house situation with your friend. Some people even share. People are not as aware of hygiene. They're not aware of just basic hygiene that they would ordinarily like want to consider, for instance, right? I feel like when we were much older, we think about the mushy friendship things, but then obviously certain things stick in our heads, and we're more reasonable.
I think that's a good example. Boundaries. I would say another difference between teenage and adult friendships is a lot more adult friendships are long distance, and there's a lot more understanding about ghosting.
And it's low maintenance.
Yes. Can I explain that a little bit? So the low maintenance friendships, right? I think I've always been a low maintenance friend, but I would sometimes get into a little bit of trouble when I have friends who are a little bit more high maintenance. But I feel like as we entered into early adulthood, everyone became a lot more low maintenance just because we all have shit to do.
Yes.
And I reckon as we get older and older, and some of our friends, you know, maybe not the two of us, have kids and families. Was that a little bit too dark? I'm sorry.
You want to have, so you be safe for yourself.
I mean, I never said I did. I who knows? We might both have 70 cats and a podcast at 80. Honestly, not mad at that. That would be great too. Have you always been part of friend groups that had a lot of conflict or not a lot of conflict? Where did you lie?
Have I had a lot of friend groups? That's groups. Have I had a lot of friend groups? That's where
Okay,
we
what
start.
kind of friend or like what kind of position stance were you in high school?
I always had like just one friend.
Really?
Yeah, I always had one friend.
In school, were you like the popular kid? Were you the middle kid? Were you the nerd?
Which
were you the
school?
athlete? Were you
very nerdy?
SHS?
I mean, I was a sportswoman, but I was also very nerdy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had a lot of nerdy friends. Not a lot of nerdy friends. Like the one person I would have, or the two people, they'd be nerds. We call them Johns. We were John.
You were John.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cute. You were cute, John, I bet.
No, I wasn't. Also.
Oh, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
You had a glow up.
I did.
That's a whole different episode.
A whole different one. Anyways,
I feel like in school, I was always like the person who wasn't committed to a particular group, but I got along with all the groups.
Oh, I see.
So that kind of shows how I am in relationships. I have commitment.
And in real life,
Anyways,
no, but also I wanted to say one difference I was thinking of managing conflict. The interesting thing is, I think, do you know what's funny?
What?
I think that when we're younger, we probably don't go about handling conflicts very well, but we always are more likely to resolve the conflict when we're younger. But when we're older, we could take all this like English and like, boundaries and, try to really take our time to explain and be transparent and break it down. And then we end up losing them friendships.
You're spitting. Are you the confrontational type in friendships, or are you the passive aggressive, keeping it under the rug type person?
I'll be so sad and I'll just be crying and I'll hope that you just see, because you see, this is the thing, right? I had a certain high crazy standard of friendship from when I was younger that really has messed me up, I think.
Okay.
Right? Because I had the bestest friendship in the whole world.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
No, like, so I think we met when I moved to the school. And
so you're talking about your first friendship breakup or best friendship, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that, because I also have a childhood one, and I feel like it really affects us once we grow up.
Yeah.
So give a little bit of context.
Yeah, because also before I had met this person, this girl, we were 10 at this time. Before I had met her, in my family, birthdays and things, please, nobody does gifting and no one does like notes, and also she writes poems, not for me or anything. Like, she just writes poems. So I started writing poems. Like, we were always everywhere. You'd see me, you'd see her, that kind of thing. We'd always go oh, it was the bestest. And my parents never let anybody do a sleepover. Well, they didn't even allow her to do a sleepover. My parents didn't allow anyone to come visit us in the house. They allowed her after she got her mom to come and beg. And so she was Ukrainian Ghanaian, right? Yeah. So, I had the biggest crush on her brother, but that's a different story. Anyway, do you know why my favorite color is green to this day?
Is it
It's
because of the
because
boy?
that boy's favorite color was green. But then eventually I actually grew into it, and I like green for real, for real. No, for real, for real. I like green, guys.
Wow, it's crazy how boys run our lives, huh?
Ew, don't ever in your life say that
I
again.
mean, bitch, your favorite color is your first crush or your friendship
I
crushes.
literally said I
Sorry,
grew
girl.
into it. I'm trying not to cuss on this
Okay,
podcast, girl.
Green. Shout out to the green. Okay. So this is your first friendship. And what happened? How did it end?
Oh no. Oh. There was another girl that came to school after we got into, like, I don't know, like JHS1 or something, and that girl came to school and snatched my girl right up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that shit really hurts. Like, and then there's been like repeated
Wait, so
patterns here and there. So like,
Interesting. I feel like we're going
people,
through
the
therapy
friends
right now.
literally dump my ass.
What?
I get
So-
dumped by friends. In the last 2 years, I've been dumped by 2 best friends.
Shit. Damn. Okay, so before we get into the recent dumps, let's talk about this first one. Were you guys
Marcia, you're rude.
Sorry, that was a bit funny the way you said it. I had to.
That's rude.
Okay,
but
no, don't worry. A lot of people, I don't think I've been dumped, but let's continue. This childhood friendship, did you continue being in the same school with the friend?
No, the childhood? Yes.
So this person just snatched her from in front of
So
you.
eventually now, at first it was becoming like, oh, now we're 3 instead of 2, and then it was just like, oh, snatched. Yeah. But then it was fine because I also now completed a school with 2 new best friends.
Wow.
But I don't think it hurts her enough.
Damn. Shit. Don't worry, I'll never dump you. Let me tell you about my childhood sad story a
Tell
little bit.
me.
So mine wasn't like anything dramatic as yours. My friend, who was like my close best friend, as in we looked alike as well. I think I was so best
She
friends.
Blasian.
No, she was British Ghanaian, but she was mixed. And I remember like
Well, obviously she's British.
I must have just like looked up to her in some sense because I would just copy everything she wore. Like we'd be best friends, as in like that type of best friends. Mind you,
Twins.
but mind you, we're like 7, 8, 9, so we're quite young. But she left to the UK, and I was just so sad because I had committed to just one friendship, right? So when my friend left, I was like, damn, shit, who else is in my school? I have to actually look around now. And that, I think, was the start of me not being commitmental to one person or friendship. Because after that, I moved to Japan, right?
Yeah.
In Japan, again, I had one best friend who everyone in the school knew, oh, these 2 people are always going to be around each other.
Yeah.
But it was cool because I had friend groups in other places as well. And I was the one that left that school. Ever since like my first friendship breakup, I noticed one thing. I'm always the person to leave. Like I left my middle school, and then after I went to high school, I left my high school. So I think that first time of my friend leaving the school and the country really like hurt me.
Wait, but you were in control of leaving your schools, were you?
No, I wasn't, but it just kind of worked out. Like, it just kind of worked out. But yeah, that was my first friendship breakup. And I think that kind of made me non-attachmental to friendships because, especially with my upbringing, and I moved around school so much, I didn't want to get attached to one person, let alone a country, a place, or anything. A man, no.
Sorry, attachmental is crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy word.
It's crazy.
Anyways,
anyway, it's funny you mentioned long distance relationships.
Yes.
Oh no, long distance friendship.
Long distance friendships.
Is that a crazy concept to you?
No. I mean, I think it's kind of inevitable because I moved countries so much. It's either I stop being friends with people or you continue the friendship while being in a different country.
How do you continue? How do you sustain?
So that's another thing about the low maintenance friendships, right? A lot of my international friendships, we don't need to talk every day. We don't. We
Lots of
can
your
go.
international friendships is crazy, Maritia. What's going on?
I mean, my friends in Canada, my friends from college in
Right.
America, my
Yeah.
friends from Japan, just all over the world, especially
Yeah.
because the type of high school I went to in Ghana was an international school. So all
Yeah.
my friends went to universities in different parts of the world. So
Right.
people are literally
Right.
spreading seeds. That's crazy in different countries. But anyways, long distance friendships is very like relevant and existing in my life. We just don't talk often, but when we're in the same country, it's same vibes. What about you? Do you have a lot of long distance friendships?
So remember when I said I ended up completing the school with two?
Yes.
So one of them went to the Netherlands shortly after we did high school. We did high school together as well, so that was really cool. And I haven't seen her since because she's also not been back in Ghana, back in Africa since. We tried. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Can I tell you a sad little addition to my
What?
breakup story from elementary school?
What?
So, like, at that time, it was particularly sadder because there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook. I didn't have Facebook. There were no iPhones, technology. So I remember my friend gave me her email before leaving the country, right? I reckon she probably didn't even know how to check that email again once she checked.
Yeah.
I remember I would send emails. I would send emails.
Wait, you were 7 or 8?
non-replies. Huh?
You said you were 7 or 8.
By this time, I was, and we met at like 7, 8. She left at like class 4, so I
Okay.
believe I was like
Okay,
getting,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
But I remember like once she left at like
Yeah.
class 5, 6, years after she left, 1 or 2 years after, I was still sending her emails.
Aw, cute.
Funny story,
Maybe
years
that's why the
after-
trauma runs deep.
runs deep. Years
Yeah.
after, funny story,
Yeah.
a couple years ago, she reached out to me because her dad had seen my YouTube. So that was how we kind of reconnected in recent years.
Oh, how was
But
that?
It was cute. We've not met each other, but yeah, it was cute. It was cute. Speaking of like letdowns and like maybe friendships not continuing, what expectations do you have of friendships and when are you let down, if ever?
I think I have zero expectations of friendships, and that's really where I am in life. Especially when it comes to sustaining conversations online, as in we're not in person. I feel like the best my friends would get from me is in person, unless we're playing iMessage games. Real.
That's something that I recently learned about Amma because Amma and I moved in together. We're not only co-hosts, we're also roommates. We figured until this podcast makes us some money, we're going to be living together. But you play a lot of iPhone games. I didn't know. Apple games.
Shut up. No, but that is really, 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 really good that you brought that up because that's majority of what has
Kept your friendships.
sustainably kept me off social media.
Oh.
Yeah, I play a lot of games when I'm like stressed, when I'm not working, because most of the time I'd be working. If I'm not, then I'm playing games. But anyway, also bringing that back to sustaining friendships. So my friend, I've been friends with her since we were in law school. So this is over 6 years now. We're talking like getting into like 8 years, and we barely see each other. We're all in the same city. We're both in the same city. We barely see each other. We barely speak on the phone, text. We're always playing word bites, word hunts, anagrams on iMessage, 8 ball, and just laughing at each other's wins and loses. And I know she's doing well. I don't have to say how are you. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
100%.
man.
I feel like that's a Gen Z way of maintaining friendships as well. Your equivalent of games for me would be sending reels. A lot of my friends, we don't say hi, bye, this, what, are you sick, are you alive? We send reels of whatever is interesting us.
Yeah, you must be good.
You must be alive if you're pressing the
yeah,
send
you must
button,
be,
you know?
yeah.
But I think from what I got about your answer about expectations and letdowns, we both are the type of people, I think, we pour a lot into a cup. So we're fearful of pouring into a cup that won't pour back into us. And I think that's what has led us to this place where we try not to have expectations because from conversations we have, it seems like you always say, I'm a giver, so I have to be careful because I don't want it to get taken advantage of. Or is that wrong?
No, not for me. Like, I don't also know if it's more severe these last 2 years, but I really really enjoy my solitude, and I really really enjoy self isolating. I can't lie. And the more low maintenance of the relationship is for me, and this is a letdown for me when people don't understand that, or like give patience
Yes.
and grace to that, or
Yes.
when people, like, oh, you've dogged me, or you're letting me down. That's a
Yeah.
letdown for me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you've dogged me, and putting pressure on, like, oh, you have to take, like, please, I beg you, I beg you, I
I think
beg
that
you,
was the biggest transition
I
as
beg
far
you.
as friendships for me from teenage years to now. Because when I was younger, a lot of
Yeah.
friends were really, really like, had a problem with how fast I replied to texts or how available I am on social media. And this kind of ties into our later topic about being offline. But when I'm not posting YouTube videos, I'm pretty much offline. Now, when I say I'm offline, it doesn't mean I don't use my phone. Like, I'm always watching Reels or TikTok, but I don't equate that as being the same as the time I'm spending on my phone to contact people.
Same.
So I know
When I'm
sometimes when
playing
people see me
games.
using my phone, if there's a message I've gotten, they're like, why hasn't she replied? But
Yeah.
I don't know if this ties into being an introverted type energy thing, but I want to reply when I can give it adequate attention.
Yeah.
So even if I'm using my phone to relax, it doesn't always mean
Real,
I'm
real,
online to reply.
real.
But yeah, I also try not to have expectations in friendships because, okay, maybe if it's something that is not the case for you, it is the case for me. I feel like I am the person who can kind of give a lot sometimes in situations. So that makes me very, very skeptical and high walled about who I'm going to give energy to.
I feel you.
And I think that also just comes from like preventing myself from getting hurt and having letdowns. So
I feel you. So these
yeah.
are some random rapid fire
yes.
questions on
Yes.
boundaries and friendships.
Yes. Before we
Go
get
on.
into these rapid fire, I want to tell you guys also a little bit. This is the early part of the podcast. We're going to have a little bit of drinking segments later on. So you will want to keep watching. It's going to get a little bit more crazy as we go on. So, yike.
Would you ever share a toothbrush with a friend?
No, I can't. Would you ever share a toothbrush?
Please stop it. Like, guys, no one really does that.
I think, there's different types of people when it comes to like being super mindful about like not wanting to share toothbrushes and stuff. I'm definitely on the extreme side of that because when I was a kid, I didn't even like sharing water bottles with my mom. Like I don't like sharing the mouth
Me
part.
with my siblings, yeah.
So you always see me like skying something or,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about would you share a roll-on deodorant?
Like, not the spray deodorant.
Not the spray, the roll-on, skin to skin action.
Oh, in desperate situations. I can
Yeah.
imagine, like, quickly, but like not something that I'm trying to, like, hey, give me your roll on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I would feel like I'd have to be desperate.
Would
too.
you share a man?
Would you share a man? Wow.
Yo, this question is actually about to get me in trouble.
Oh, what's your answer, girl? I feel like I should answer first because yours is
Go
definitely
on,
going to
go
be
on.
more interesting.
Oh, no. Go on.
I mean, I would never share a man because if I don't even know how that would happen for me. No, I would never share a man. I don't like being with men that have been with my friends.
I feel you.
Why are we eating from the same pot? Shitting in the same place.
Fell. And your answer makes me, as the years go by, and your answer makes me really appreciate what this girl was probably thinking when I said what I said to her.
Hey, you're scaring me.
No, it was just time ago, man. It was crazy. Time ago, this girl, let me say a co-worker, because like when I was an influencer, she was in the space, right? I worked as an influencer background some time ago. Anyways, so there was this girl
Okay.
that I didn't. Oh, it was crazy. So the girl had been moving to me.
Okay.
When I say moving to, the girl had been flirting with me or whatever, like trying to say she wants me or whatever. And I was like, oh, like, I like feminine women. I'm not into mass, like, da-da-da. Well, I didn't exactly say that to her, but that was the reason.
By the way, is that offensive in the queer community if you're
No, it's not like no one likes to hear that you're like, oh, I don't like
not
mass.
my
Like,
type,
that's not,
right. It's like
that's
someone
not
telling me,
fair.
no, I don't like Blasians.
Yeah, like,
no, I don't like curly
no one
hair.
likes to hear that. But also, that's not even exactly true, but it's just some way. But I was just saying, like, my typical type, whatever. So, I wasn't giving any attention. But then my friend was like interested, right? So then I do this thing, which now when I also think back to it, I'm like, I guess it's
Oh my
toxic
gosh,
or
we
whatever.
do the
Like it's
same thing. I think
bad.
I know what you're about to say.
Like I
Connect them.
connect them,
Yeah.
and then I'll be telling the other one like seriously stop, because now I'm connecting you to my friend, like stop, and then just I guess some weird ass way.
You're that girl, eh?
Oh,
So okay, so when I
shut up.
said
I don't try to be
okay,
though.
so I've never been that friend, but I've been a friend of that friend, and I always tell her, no, don't do that.
Don't do that,
Because
right?
if someone likes you, like, okay, you've already rejected them. Now, on top of that, you're going to recommend them to be with your friend. You're showing them you
I
really don't
never.
care. You're showing them you're really zero interested in them.
Yeah, but it's crazy because after, I don't know when I started flirting, but oh my god, it was so crazy because I genuinely did not know. Like I don't know, it was just such a crazy thing. And then now,
You were flirting with who?
oh my god, the mask girl.
Oh, so first of all, you rejected her, then you connected her to your friend, then after that, you started flirting with her
Oh,
again.
it sounds so
And
bad.
then last
Please.
episode, you had the audacity to tell me I was the toxic co-host. Take it back. Take
No,
it
no,
back.
no. See,
I'm
I
not
shouldn't have.
toxic.
I shouldn't have
Take it back.
spoken about this without being ready with the receipts, because there really was a perfectly reasonable explanation for that situation. Because that's what I was really trying to explain to my friend. But then I
Okay,
went to
girl,
now
so
see
would you share a
something
man or
crazy.
not?
Like,
Would you share a man
that's
or
the thing.
not?
I went to now see something crazy. Like, oh, like we could share some. Oh my god! Now that you see, now I see what it looked like to her. But before,
Oh my
I was
gosh,
always like,
girl.
what? Like she's being crazy. But anyway, yeah.
Okay,
But
so
no,
let
I
me
wouldn't.
tell you why that could be offensive, right? For me, if I tell someone, oh, we can share, it means I don't like you. Because I'm only down to share things I don't really like. Think about it. If I really want to eat this wache, will I come and tell you, oh, let's come and eat together? No, I'll go to my corner
Okay,
and
so
eat
now
it by
I know every
myself.
time you offer me food.
I don't like it that much.
Rude.
No, but you get the point. You get
Yeah,
the point.
no, but I get it. And I've learned my lesson.
I have
Okay,
a-
and I apologize, girl.
Okay, rapid fire questions for boundaries in adult friendships. If the person you're interested in has a lot of mutuals with your friends, do you care?
See, you'd have to explain this mutuals thing. I told you, like,
Okay.
I understand that mutuals
Okay.
means that you're, following, but beyond that, I see people make reference to it a lot, but I don't really understand what it means in
Okay,
this
so
context.
I've also not been someone who was always bothered by this, but there was a moment where I totally understood it. And I think it's contextual depending on your circumstances. But I was in Japan and I met this guy, right? And when we followed each other, I saw that, oh, we have hella mutuals right away. Now, you see how in Ghana, too, there's small pockets of different groups. And within those pockets, the world is very small. If I meet, let's say, a guy from the American military base, hypothetically, in Japan, I just know that the international community is so small. So if I see that I have a lot of mutuals with my friends, I would just think that that guy has already hooked up with a lot of the girls I know. And I wouldn't want to be with someone that already has hooked up with a lot of the girls I know.
So because they're mutuals, it means
No,
they
so
hooked up.
okay, it's not just because they're mutuals.
Okay.
This is where everything comes into play. Is the particular type of guy and knowing the context of the friend group that he comes from and like the reasoning of how these friend groups could be connected. For me, that was like the type of mind thing that made
I
it.
see.
Yeah, that I know you might not care much about your friends having mutuals. It would be particular.
Actually, do you know what I noticed? It could be. I've always lived in Ghana, in West Africa. I have lived in Tema and Accra, and I feel like on social media, for as long as I've known it, everyone follows everyone. So where I live, it's just very small. It's a very small place. Like Accra is a really small place. Everyone follows everyone, and the funny thing is, a lot of the time when people know their people's mutuals, they don't even know them. They don't even know themselves.
So let me give you a
In real
perfect
life.
example of like a situation in which mutuals would be relevant to me, right? So if I meet, let's say, a Japanese guy at the bar, and as soon as I follow him, I see that we have hella Blasian mutuals. It will be a thought in my mind that, oh, this is a Japanese man who has like a Blasian girl type or like a fetish. So
yeah.
those are like, that would be like an example where I would be like, okay, these are the mutuals that are existent. I feel like it wouldn't just be the fact that they are mutuals for me. It would have to be like circumstantial to something that
I
is
feel you.
communicating.
Okay, so the next rapid fire question. You ready?
Yeah.
Is your friend allowed to like your partner's thirst trap?
Wait, but why is your partner
Partner
posting a
posted thirst traps in the first place, right?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
aren't
my
you supposed
first.
to like trap them and stop trapping after you trap the one you're trying to trap? I thought
I
that was
don't
the
know,
situation.
man. I mean, that's y'all.
Okay.
Y'all
Um,
monogamous
I mean, I
exclusive
don't think
folk.
I'd have a problem. I don't really have a problem with the whole liking thing. Where's your stance with the liking thing?
So wait, so that question, let's put in more context because this is like a much bigger conversation that has been and surprisingly every time it has an opinion completely different to my opinion on the issue. Like my partner liking girls or boys or whatever, liking people's
Thirst
Instagram
traps.
pictures. So what?
To be fair, also you're not
So
the
what?
exclusive girl. You know, like you're
I
not
know,
the.
but like for real, for real, for real. Okay, and
I think it
like
comes from
tap
a-
tap.
I
Oh
think
please, cause okay, like me, I like I'm on TikTok. Me, I'm like the fact that me I support all creators. The fact that you are bold enough to put something on unless it's something that I'm just
Okay,
like no,
we have to
I
take
don't
creators
support
out of this because I think that's another thing I totally understand.
No, me I call
Creators-
everyone who puts out content creator, especially on
okay.
TikTok.
Okay, you're right. If
Yeah,
it's
that's how
public,
I like. Yeah,
yeah.
well,
If it's public, you're right.
So I just like. So I could just imagine like people just
Yeah.
liking
I also
pictures,
like
just
yeah.
also to support. So wait, how do I feel about my partner not supporting my friends?
That's the take you have, and I think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
You see, I feel like also for me, I wouldn't consider everyone a creator just because they post public. Because I have friends who post public, but it's very much their account is public, but they have just their friends on there. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
not even to support. Like if your friends spam or whatever private
I
account,
get
just
you.
to
I get
like
you.
like it.
I reckon a lot of girls would have an issue with a particular situation.
Okay. I can imagine like a really maybe provocative picture or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it goes like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure I'll probably like be passing you comments maybe to pin me small, but actually it's not like it's not that serious. But I can get it. No, I can understand
get
it.
it.
No, yeah, I can.
I think this would be a
it.
perfect topic for the
I
episode
can understand
titled
it.
Monogamous Girl Learns from Poly Girly. I think this would be a perfect
Guys,
topic
does
for
that sound like something you guys are interested in? Comment down below. We're
Comment down
very
below.
happy to deliver.
Deliver. Do you thirst trap, by the way?
No.
Okay, sorry. I was just curious. 'Cause,
Oh,
girl, I
like every
do.
time you post, you know someone's going to look at it. Not like I post
No, with, like, a
like once.
particular
Oh
person.
hell, no, I don't think
Really?
so. No, like I post one thing that's so many people are going to see. Just hope it, like thinking in my mind that just one person in particular is going to see it.
Like, obviously, we do social media, so
Oh.
everyone's going to see it. But, like, we have in our mind who
Like,
we want
ooh,
to
I
see.
wonder what this person will see when they see this picture like that. Oh, is that their shopping?
I mean, I guess it's not thirst trapping if the picture is not,
It's not
sexual, but
provocative.
in a different sense.
Oh
'Cause
no, I
definitely
don't.
do that.
I know. Okay, me like I use my face a lot. That's the thing. Because
So
me,
you
I don't
don't
even
post,
like wearing cleavage showing. So I use my face a lot. So regardless, unless my face is the thirst trap, which I guess it will pass for it. Hey.
Period.
Period. But like, yeah, no. But to wear something provocative or to appear provocative or express my body language in a provocative way to get the attention of a pet. Oh no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I
Genuinely.
don't thirst trap with provocative pictures like you said, but I definitely thirst trap. Okay, I guess it wouldn't be considered a thirst trap, but I definitely post sometimes like,
No,
this
no,
person
same.
better-
Oh yeah.
This person better like or reply.
Oh yeah, especially
Yeah.
like when my skin is popping, like the sun
Period.
kiss looking good.
Especially when I'm working out. Period. The meat of today's episode. Yes. What causes friendship breakups? Let's define it. What's a friendship breakup, girl?
You and your friends are not how y'all used to be.
You're broken up.
You're broken up. The
You're not
spark
friends
died. Y'all are not friends no more.
We don't talk anymore.
We don't talk anymore.
We don't talk anymore like
Yeah.
we used to. Okay. And I guess we're talking about this podcast topic because we have gone through friendship breakups in the past 2 years of our lives.
Real. But
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
dying at this point to
Lord.
get
Oh, Lord.
into yours. Marintia, hear me
Lord.
out. Now,
Yeah.
guys, this next segment is going to be very hot, very spicy, very, I don't want you to get anxious, but it's going to be giving that energy, guys.
I'm gonna
This is
be
what we're going to be
anxious.
doing. It's called the vulnerability test, okay?
Oh my
We're going to be
gosh.
asking deep questions back to back. The rule is you can't give too much of an elaborate answer. You have to try to give short answers because the questions are about 8 or 9 of them.
Okay,
Back
I'm gonna
to back.
set this whole segment up, and I would like to say this is gonna be in our membership only segment because we're gonna be talking about personal stories.
Yeah,
not
guys,
just
it's
general
too deep. It
context.
goes too deep. It goes, and we're
Yes.
not trying to. We're not going to be bound by anything. Like we're trying to be free and we're trying to just really speak because honestly, yeah, these breakups are not it, man. They hurt so bad.
Also, you're about to realize something as
So
this
bad.
podcast goes on. I'm a super good at being vulnerable and
So
talking
bad.
about like sensitive
Very
topics.
good.
I deflect to humor, and I'm so bad at it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do my best.
She's giving a disclaimer now.
Yes. But today's episode, we spoke
Oh,
about
I
friendship
loved it.
breakups. We
Yeah.
started showing a little bit of vulnerability in our membership only segment, talking about friendship breakups that have happened to us in the past 2 years. We're still starting out with this podcast. This is episode 3, so third day of filming. We've been using A4 sheets of paper, and that means we need to be getting sponsors.
Sponsor us, guys. Guys, please like this video, subscribe, share the video, go on Twitch. I believe it's twitch.com. You call it what?
Twitch.com/Marintia Echo.
That's it.
And
That's the
please,
one.
I think we're going to start a Twitter community and share your friendship breakup stories with us on there or on
Yeah.
whatever platform you're
Yeah,
viewing
we'd
this.
really love to react to them, share, and get other people's opinions on the comment section in the comment section below. So, guys,
And I
yeah,
think one cool
follow
thing
us
about this
on there.
podcast is like the membership only segment really allows us to talk about stuff we would have never spoken about on our main channels or on social media just because it's for a secluded group of people who are
Yeah, it's exclusive
supporting
content.
us. Yeah. So I'm excited to share more stories,
Yeah,
tell us
me
what
as
we can
well.
do better, and hopefully you guys will be back with us next Sunday.
Yes, guys, I'm excited to see you guys in the next episode, guys.
Episode.
It's
So-
like almost 3 a.m.
It's almost 3
I'm
a.m.
going to sleep so I
going
could
to
wake up
sleep.
tomorrow.
We're going to manifest this podcast becoming the #1 African and Asian podcast.
Yes,
and
number
we will
one
see
in
you guys.
English speaking Africa and Asia.
Cheers.
Cheers,
And we'll
guys.
see you guys next
Clink, clink, clink.
episode.
Bye, guys. Mwah.